Um, I do want to talk about being a Baylor bailout, because that happened. So, with that being said, let's talk about the following.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
I want to talk about being a Baylor bailout. Woohoo! So, I'm a Baylor bailout. It's not something I made up. I'm not that creative. It was when I was in a conversation with a veteran from NLC. Because I was doing that. I was just talking to random people because it's fun. People are so cool to talk to. And I don't have to fall in love with them. But anyways, this guy, I was talking to him and I told him how I was at Baylor. And then that I, failed. And he was like, oh, so you were a Baylor bailout. And I was like, yeah, you could say that. Because at that point, I'm very comfortable with the fact that I did not do well at Baylor. And not because I don't fit in there academically. I mean, discipline-wise, I wouldn't be able to make it at that, freshman year. Don't have the discipline. Even now, I'm honest with you. It's midway through the second semester of me being off, and I'm probably not mentally or discipline-wise ready. But I'm okay with being called a Baylor bailout. Not because I want to bring shame to my family, but because it's part of my journey. It's part of me knowing that I'm not perfect, which is great. Because if I was, then I'd have to be perfect in everything. I think it would be a lot of pressure if I was perfect at one thing, then I feel like I'd have to be perfect at everything. Which is a mentality I've had before, or still have. That if I'm good at one thing, then I have to be good at everything. I mean, that's why I haven't quit volleyball or philosophy club or work study while taking classes. So it's something I need to get better at not doing. But yeah, being a Baylor bailout, it's great. It's reminding me of how failing is okay. And it's so funny because this person that I refer to when I say this person, he's finished school. He's finished school. Finished on time from what he's told me. And that's great for him. But even I don't have to be like him, But let me get back onto the more relevant stuff. Being a Baylor bailout, being away from Baylor, being away from what I thought was home, I feel very estranged, alienated. Some of it is because of me, yeah. I'm not great at communicating with people. But some of it is because not a lot of people are good at communicating with me. And it's something that if a friendship was real, then it would have to go both ways. But it's like, for the most part, I felt like I was the one trying to pursue a friendship. And that happens. But it just makes me wonder, when I go back there, who will be my friends? I'm just being honest. I'm not saying that, okay, when I go back to Baylor, because this is what my dad thinks. He thinks that I'm saying when I go back to Baylor, I'm going to focus on making friends again, which, yes, making friends is good, but I'm not going to make that my number one priority like I did the fall semester, 2016, because that's what happened. The spring semester was just me worried about everything. Me worried about everything in the world. But, everything being used loosely, of course. But when I go back there, it's like, who's my hub? Who will I be connected to? And that's just something that I have to let go of. That anxiety, I have to let go of that. That was something that was easier for me to do when coming here, when deciding I'm going to go to NLC. because I was like, I wasn't, home. I had a little alert saying something about gigabytes, but I don't know what it said. But yeah, I know that this isn't home for me. I know that I want to go back to Baylor. So I guess what will help me get through going to Baylor is me knowing that Baylor isn't home. And even if it is, it's not necessarily the people who are there, but the people who I connect with and who connect with me. Like for me, being at NLC has been so great because of the professors, more specifically the philosophy professors. Like I treat them like counselors. I remember going into office hours one day and I was like, hey, I hope you don't mind being a counselor for a second. It's the people who really want to be there for people who I am looking forward to meeting again. And that is my outlook as a Baylor bailout. When it comes to going back. As far as being here, it's been great. I'm so glad I've had a positive attitude about this whole time off from Baylor thing. My idea was I am going to take a break from expectation, but at the same time prove to myself that I have expectations for myself, that me being away from the expectations people have of me does not mean I lack expectations all of a sudden, but that having a break from all the pressures and then the pressures that I basically give myself, I don't know what I was saying, but yeah, being here has been great as the Baylor bailout and being very vocal. Like in speech, I'll tell people that I was at Baylor and then I failed. I don't believe in sugarcoating. I don't believe in, oh yeah, I'm just taking a break. If anything, I would do that because my dad says he doesn't want people to know, but I'd prefer people to know the truth just because it doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt who I am. It might sound very selfish, but honestly, I don't think that someone's identity should be connected to someone that they're related to. Like, if I'm not doing well in school, it's not my dad's fault. He shouldn't blame himself. And that's just something that I feel strongly about. Anyways, so, yeah. That was all the other stuff. Now let's talk about the book.